No.
Wow.
So hey guys, I'm working this side of town now. We just had a rollover, which means we all switched sides of town, okay? And I want to talk to you guys about what you're doing out here, okay? I completely respect your right to, protest and the message you're trying to preach out here. Yep, 100%.
Freedom to be heard.
I get it. However, we've had several complaints from the businesses and other citizens in this area, okay?
But others
Hold on.
like this.
Hold on, let me finish. That go past that, okay? You guys can be out here, preach your message, but don't cross the line. If you try to talk to someone and they say, hey, I'm not interested, don't follow them, don't offer them material. Well, we hear the contrary, right? But we have to check all our boxes, right? Cover all our bases, okay? But me being over behind Ozo Saka and hearing him screaming, that's not okay. Okay? There's businesses here, there's people that use the sidewalk, okay? It doesn't matter. It's unnecessary noise. It's unnecessary.
How do you define unnecessary noise, officer?
An amplifier.
It's unnecessary.
Unnecessary for who?
According to
Citizens
who?
of Medford and these businesses here, like I said, we have documented. People have complained about this. No, that is their complaints
You
that we're
guys
getting.
are the complaints department. You are not law enforcement. You're not upholding our rights.
I'm not going to allow you guys to use that as a crutch
Why don't you tell them,
or an excuse
leave them alone,
to
they're
violate
expressing their
people's-
freedom of speech. Why don't you tell people that on the phone? Don't they call the 911
I understand
the
what
emergency
you're
number?
saying. Okay.
Thank you.
And
for
I
listening.
understand what you guys are trying to do out here, and I respect your First Amendment right. But there are lines that need to not be crossed,
So
okay?
let me tell you this. We do this. People, let's say, come out to counter against us. Get big boombox, loud boombox, holding it up
In our
against
faces.
That's
head.
also not okay.
And we've had
but it
cops.
was.
We've had cops sit there in the parking lot and watch them.
And I
and
called the
say
police
it's
on
okay.
that, and the
It's
cop
okay.
said, "Oh, it's awful, but it's not unlawful." That was the funny little pithy thing he said.
All right. So it seems that
So
in
why
the
is
past,
it not
hold on.
okay for us, but it's okay for them?
In the past, this has been handled a lot differently. Okay,
Mhm.
I'm telling you, going forward, in meetings that we've had with our city attorney and our administration about what's been going on down here on both sides. Okay, we are of the thought that as long as you guys are doing it respectfully to everyone in the businesses, that's totally fine. Okay, but we can't have is unnecessary noise where it's impeding people's way to walk through here, use these businesses, whether it be Astral or Planned Parenthood, because they're not just coming here for what you guys are saying, is bad. Okay, they're not coming here just to murder babies or whatever. You can get care here if you're pregnant. You can get birth control. There's teenagers coming here. Just
Not here.
You can murder your baby.
If they
doesn't-
killed puppies,
that-
they'd be standing
we
here
talked about
with
opinions
us.
earlier,
You
right?
can murder babies
We talked
with
about
the police,
opinions
with the
earlier,
protection
right?
of the police.
So
But anyway, we don't impede
Everyone-
anyone from going in there.
that's not
They
what
have
we're
their
getting.
freedom to
And
walk
you
in.
may not have.
You're
And
gonna,
you may not
we
have.
could be on our best behavior. You're still gonna get complaints. So now check
Okay, what about this guy right here?
Yeah.
You gonna shut him
Is
down?
that unnecessary
I
noise?
don't need God now.
Yes.
I know where I'm going.
You can talk to him?
Don't need y'all.
You can talk to him?
He's upset because you guys are
No,
out here too.
So you can talk to
So
him?
you're gonna get complaints no matter what we're doing or not doing.
Hey.
So you can go talk to him?
Four sides.
Don't judge.
He's upset because he woke up this morning.
So-
That's why he's upset.
This is a freaking hate crime.
The only people we
Yes,
control is
Planned
ourselves, right?
Parenthood is crimes against
So hey guys,
humanity.
this is me just coming out here,
Mhm.
trying to talk to you
You're being
guys,
very sweet. I like you. You're fine.
and
But-
that way we head
Buzz.
all this off in the first place, okay? As long as you guys are doing this, totally fine. When
You're still gonna get complaints.
I understand that, and we'll
Okay.
deal with them as they come. As long as you guys
Tell
are
them to
controlling
hush.
yourselves, that's what we want to see, okay? And this is me heading it off, and after I'm done with you guys, I'm going to talk to the businesses too, okay? This is my part of town now. We rolled over last week, and this is something that I want to head off before any nastiness happens, okay? That's my goal, so that's what I want, okay? I'm not coming down here to say this is wrong or anything like that, but this is just something that we have to, it's hard because we have to appease you guys and respect your rights, but we also have to, make sure that these people who are running
Take
businesses in
complaints.
Medford
You gotta take care of complaints.
are taken care of as well, right?
Mhm.
So that's it. That's all, guys.
And there's been many times that, and I'm not even talking about just us alone, that people have complained, and an officer will come out and say, "You guys are not doing anything wrong. You're under the following the Constitution. This is what you have the right to do. I'm sorry that
As long
somebody
as
that
it's-
doesn't like what they're hearing, you know, and you can complain about anything. But
As long as it's respecting our
you have the right to
municipal
do.
code and all that kind of stuff, I'm totally fine with it. Okay, guys, that's it.
As far as loudness, is that what you mean?
There's the ordinance for unnecessary noise, which is a violation, but there's also disorderly conduct. And some of the stuff that
It's
we've
very
gotten
vague.
in these emails is borderline disorderly conduct. Okay, guys, and that's stuff that we've met with our city attorneys
And we
about.
do videotape.
Right, and that's why this is like clean slate. Me coming out here and touching base with you guys first, right?
So
I'm not
when
coming
you're
out here.
lied to, we'll provide you video evidence
That's
that
why.
they're lying.
That's fine, and that's why I do investigation, right? That's why I talk to them and I talk to you, right?
And just using words is not disorderly conduct. Is
Generally,
actually an
I would agree with
action
you, yes.
upon someone.
And
It
we
was
do
just
have a
a-
right to be heard.
I'm
And
not saying that you don't.
well, but you're saying
But when
unnecessary
people-
noise, which is
but
extremely.
when people come to us and say, "Hey, I tried to go in the business and I was accosted so much that I had to leave," that's not okay. And
Well,
they're
then
going
you
to
would
make
need
things.
proof of that, right?
And that's why I'm not citing you or arresting you,
Yeah.
right? I'm
Yeah.
here to touch base with you, so all that can be avoided, right?
So
Mhm.
is that what happened today?
What's that? I'm sorry.
Somebody called you.
No.
and said
This
they
is
were
all in the
accosted?
past. This is stuff
Okay.
that I'm being made aware of because
Okay.
I now work this part of town.
Okay.
That's all. Okay, guys. So I'm gonna let you go about your day. I'm gonna make contact with you.
Officer Freeman.
Yep.
And your badge number, please.
56958.
56958. Okay.
All right. Hey, sir. You weren't kind of here when I was explaining to them, but they kind of relay the message to you. Somewhat.
And we've got it on video.
Oh, perfect.
So
Okay.
we'll be looking at.
Yeah, just as long as everybody's doing it civilly, that's all we really want to see. Okay.
Only
Jesus
problem
said,
is there's
the world
no
hates me because I
civilization in
testify
there
its
where
works
they're
are evil.
murdering babies.
That's what we're here doing. We're testifying that their works are evil, and they get angry at us. Like that gentleman that came down, I can't even call him a gentleman, but screaming and yelling. I offered him a trap. That's all I did. And he started yelling and screaming at me, and then he's cursing all the way down here. So
And-
whatever you guys saw
And we've seen him
was
numerous
not me.
times. So
They're
I offered him a trap.
partially.
Yeah,
Just like that.
which is within what you're doing.
Yeah.
I'm totally
Okay,
fine with that.
cool.
He
That's
blew
good.
up.
Yeah,
That's
which
good to know.
we see all the time, and just we just want to see it all peaceful, which you guys were doing when I showed up.
It's not
so
peaceful. They're murdering babies in there. That's not peaceful at all.
So,
Nothing
unfortunately, there's
peaceful,
nothing
really.
that I can do to control.
Actually,
that, okay?
oh, there is. Police department. They can shut this
appeal
place
to your
down.
superiors, and they can appeal to their superiors. And there is called a doctrine of the lesser magistrate. You are the lesser magistrate. You can stand up. Yes, you may lose your job, but you can stand up.
It's not
You
something.
can. Yeah. See, so you would rather have.
I'm gonna complain about that guy. Called us a faggot. That wasn't very nice.
All right, guys.
All right.
We'll get out of here.
But question, Officer
Have a good
Freeman.
day.
Quick question. So if we preach with our regular voice, that's First Amendment, right? Is that no problem? Like, no matter how loud we get, that's another?
It's more subjective than that.
How so?
The law allows for that.
Mm-hmm.
You're saying it's subjective, right? If this person is trying to run a business and you're out here screaming to the point where it's interfering with their business or people walking on the sidewalk, that's affecting other people, right? That's when we have
Well, free
issues.
speech affects people in general, right?
Yes,
So-
but that's when we're having issues.
Okay.
Okay, so that's all.
Okay.
So just keep it at a good volume. Be
Well, my
peaceful,
opinion, a
that's
good
it.
volume is blast it.
He's really loud. Now,
That's my opinion.
Okay,
And you're
so-
still going to get complaints. Is
Yeah,
basically
that's what I'm trying to like.
but
That's what I'm trying to clear up is you're going to get complaints and whenever you have someone exercising their First Amendment rights, especially when people don't like it, their free speech. You're going to have people complain. So are you going to say they have a right to do it? They're preaching or they're speaking, whatever. They're giving their opinion. They have a right to do it per the First Amendment.
right,
Are you
a
gonna-
reasonable volume per our
Well, the reason
municipal codes.
but like what's the reasonable volume? Like what's the
I-
standard for that?
If it's unreasonable, okay, based on
But who defines that?
based on the circumstances,
Who
if
def-
it's unreasonable, that's why I'm saying, if you have someone walking down the sidewalk
Mhm.
or the other side of the sidewalk, or you have these businesses that are trying to operate with customers, and you are at a volume that is impeding any of that or causing any type of public disturbance, then we start having issues, okay?
Well, no, because
What's the level?
Yeah,
but you need a
standard.
There's got to be a standard by which we can judge
It's
by.
subjective.
Well, then
and,
that's
and our
not-
city attorney is aware of that, but that's why we come down here and make sure that
Okay, well, You might
We
want to
do
have
our-
the city attorney look up Saya versus New York and Coons versus New York.
Okay.
1950 and 1948.
I'm just saying, guys. I want to make sure that you guys are doing this, but I want to make sure that you're not getting in trouble for doing it. Okay?
Plus,
Our unnecessary noise and our disorderly conduct
but according
is
to
subjective based on the circumstances.
very subjective, yeah. Like we think it's very necessary because they're murdering babies in here, and the police are not protecting these children, and nobody cares. We think it's very necessary.
Right.
So if someone else says it's
I
necessary,
respect your right to preach what you're preaching, but I also respect their right to run a business in Medford.
To murder
They have
babies.
to,
no, they don't.
okay?
They don't have to murder babies.
I'm not saying that. That's not what I'm saying.
Mhm.
Okay, and now let's take Planned Parenthood off the table. You have several other businesses and people using this sidewalk.
Can
okay?
I say something first?
That's it.
We come here very early in the morning. These guys don't open till 10:30 or 11 o'clock. I don't know why he's here right now, but they usually aren't even show up. This is
But
the
not
only
not just
place-
no, we're not
nobody-
only receiving complaints from Planned
I'm
Parenthood.
saying nobody's
This is the
open
point.
here. They are not open. This is the only place
We're-
that's open, and they're upstairs. So who knows?
Well, there
how
must have been some occasions where you guys were here.
Yeah, I mean, not
when these
always,
were open.
but for the most
Because
part,
not
we
all
do
of our
come
complaints that
early,
we have
early.
documented are just specifically from
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
or staff at Planned Parenthood.
Sure.
There's people from Astral, there's people from down here, people just walking by or parking in this area have been what they claim is yelled at, people throwing things inside their cars, like your materials and stuff like that. That's stuff that I don't want to see, okay? And that's all this is this contact to just clean the slate, make sure everything stays civil, and that's that, okay?
It's not civil as long as they murder babies in there. It's not civil.
You keep coming back to that.
And that's why we're here. You take this
have
away,
to
we're
be-
gone.
Hey,
We
I have
leave.
to be this
Yeah,
neutral
we
person,
wouldn't
okay?
be here if this wasn't here.
You shut
I
the.
get you, but I have to be this neutral person in this situation, okay, guys? That's the position that I swore to do and put myself into, okay? So I'm trying to just make sure you guys both stay on your sides of the fence, and if you guys want to talk about it, that's totally fine, but just do it civilly, okay?
Well, can you tell them to be civil and stop murdering little babies in the womb?
I can't do that. I am a neutral person in this, okay?
No, there's no
You're not your
neutrality.
side, okay?
There's no neutrality.
Okay.
Just for your own information, let's say they're 2 months in the womb. Just imagine they're 2 years old, out of the womb, and they're murdering up
I
there.
get
Would you
guys.
go up and
I get,
rescue them then?
I respect what you guys are doing out there, okay?
Just for your own information, take that away for
Okay. All right, guys.
For your
We're gonna go now.
information.
Just
In
keep
Nazi
civil.
Germany, they said, I'm just doing my job too.
Keep it at an acceptable level, okay?
Well, acceptable is raising your voice so that babies are rescued. So people need to hear, they need
You
to.
gotta keep it acceptable level, okay?
I think acceptable is to blast it
Hey,
so that
what you
people can
define
hear.
as acceptable and what we do is different, okay?
Well, what do these children think is acceptable? These children being murdered in here.
You keep coming back to that.
That's why we're here, officer.
That's not why I'm here, though.
That's why we're here,
That's not
Officer
why I'm
Freeman.
here.
That's why we're here.
So just keep it at a level voice, all right, man?
I think it's very acceptable.
That's it.
These babies need to
That's
hear
it.
our cry.